Hello everyone, my name is Emmanuel and I am most excited to be with you again for 180 seconds. Do you know that most of the complex problems of life have got simple solutions? Yeah, most times we are tempted to think that the solution has got to be as high sounding or as complex as the problem itself, but this is in fact not true, and I will explain with this story. A long time ago in Egypt, the king of Egypt had a dream that could not be interpreted by anyone else except a young Hebrew child called Joseph. Joseph was able to explain how that there was going to be a 7 year period of famine and hunger, but before the 7 year period, there was going to be a first 7 years of plenty harvest. And all Egypt needed to do was to save at least 20% of the total agricultural output per time consistently over the first 7 years. Of course, the king listened to him, and that was exactly what was done. And in the end, Egypt had more than enough to eat during the period of famine and hunger and even had surplus to sell to neighboring countries. Wow. A huge national problem with a common sense solution, you'd say. Now, let us bring this back to us. When was the last time that you set aside a particular percentage of all monies that came to you as your savings? Several years ago, I complained to my mentor how I had so much problem that I couldn't save. In fact, the money finished before it entered my hands. And my mentor looked at me and he said, Emmanuel, I think you have a wisdom problem. If 70% or 80% or 90% of the monies that come to you are not able to solve your problem for you to set aside a small percentage as savings, then 100% will not be able to solve your problem. So go back home and set your priorities right. Wow, that smacked me right in the face. But I remember it like yesterday. I saw that as I began to set reasonable priorities and saving a percentage of money is coming to me, I began to be empowered to solve my problem and even other people's problems. Why not try this simple approach with me? Set aside a small percentage of money out of the monies that come to you and do that consistently with time. Finally, I'd like to remind you that it is the Lord our God that gives us power to make wealth and to maintain it. And if you're asking me, Emmanuel, who is this Lord our God? I want you to say this simple prayer with me. Say, Lord Jesus, come into my life, be in charge of my life and my finances in Jesus' name. I surrender to you in Jesus' name. If you have just said this prayer, I want you to know that the Lord is in charge of your life and your finances, and things are about to change for good. Thank you very much for watching 180 Seconds with Emmanuel today, and God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen.